What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jerome. I'm coming to you tonight with a review for Love and Hip Hop Miami, Season 2, episode number 11, I believe. It is titled Rockstarrs and... what the fuck the name is? Rockstarrs and Reflections. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Alright, y'all. So, I guess I'm going to start up with Shay. So Shay, we see her in this a slow walking music video scene, and she goes to meet up with Michelle Pooch. So when she gets to Michelle Pooch's house, Michelle's like, "What's going on?" And then Shay tells her, she has fibroids, and how I think it was 2 of them. She said, and she said one was the size of a grapefruit or a cantaloupe. I think she said a grapefruit. I believe she said grapefruit. But needless to say, it's really big. Michelle Pooch is talking about how she had one, and she said it ruptured. I'm like, God damn, they can rupture? I didn't know that. I don't know nothing about fibroids. I know that they're very serious. And Shay is just upset. She doesn't know what to do. Well, she knows what to do because she's talking about how the doctor says if she doesn't get it treated, that she could, hemorrhage, and then she could be in the hospital and needing a blood transfusion. And Michelle was trying to console her, and Shay was like, no. And I'm like, Shay, I know you're trying to be strong, and I know you're trying to be courageous, but let your walls down, let your guard down, and let Michelle let her be there for you. That's what she wants to do. Let her be there for you. So then Pooch asks her, well, what's gonna happen next? So she tells her she has a doctor's appointment that she's gonna go to. So Pooch is like, you know what? I'm going to come with you and I'm going to support you. So then we see Shay, Michelle, and Shay's brother. His name was Dr. Joe Johnson. So he's a motivational speaker. So, the doctor is telling her how this is life-threatening, that if, she doesn't, take immediate action, that, she could bleed, she could hemorrhage, and she could need a blood transfusion. And, what else? He asked her if she wanted kids, and she says, yeah, I want kids. So he says the sooner the better that she get this done is going to be good for her. So Shay is worried at this point. She's like, so, are you going to have, they said they're going to have to cut her open. And she's like, how? And kind of like a C-section. And she was like, I've worked hard, to lose the weight, to eat right, to work out. And I definitely get that, but at the same token, I'd rather have, she's just worried about having a scar. Shay, I get that you don't want to have a scar on your body, but it's better to have the scar on your body than to be dead. Like, that's period, point blank. With the scar, it'll heal up. It won't go away. It won't go away, but it will heal. And you can tell people, when you have your kids, you can be like, what? Mama went through this. This is my war scar. Because actually, my mom had us. She didn't have a belly button because she had ovarian cancer at one point. And I think she had ovarian. She had some kind of form of it was a tumor. Well, a tumor is a cancer. It's a form of cancer. But she had it, and they went in and they got it, and she had a scar where her belly button used to be. So keep that, go with the surgery, get the scar, and be able to live another day, be able to say, hey, I went through this, be able to have kids. Like, take the scar. That's all I gotta say. Take the fucking scar and live your life. All right, so then we see Trina. She and one of her business partners, they are out scoping for a venue for her Rockstar, what the hell was it called? It was a showcase for her Rockstar Music Entertainment Group thing for her artists to showcase their talents. So we see her, and like I said, she was with one of her business partners, and then Jesse Wu shows up. And, Trina's telling her, hey, I invited Lamb and Big D here. And just like, what, cool. Because like I said, I have a conversation with those two. And then she's like, what, because I've heard that Julian is going around and telling them not to work with me. Now, how do I feel about, Julian telling Lamb and Big D not to work with her? I don't think that's good for his business. No more is it good for her business, because people going to look at you and be like, damn, you going to fuck her over for what? So I don't think that was good for Julian to do that. But, when it comes down to Jessie and that whole conversation that she had with Julian and Amara, Jessie was unprofessional as fuck. Like, that's my whole thing with Jessie. Jessie is unprofessional. So does that give him the right to do what he did to her? Not at all. But like I said, she's unprofessional in my personal opinion. What else? So then Trina tells her, what? She invited Bobby. And then she's talking about how she's working on this Save the Music event that Michelle Pooch is having. And yeah. Did she? Well, she was just telling her about it because she didn't invite her to it. She was just telling her about it. So then we see Trina with her showcase. Her artists that she signed are performing. They performing. None of the songs really struck out to me. We see Bobby and his extra ass is there. And we also see Joy. And Bobby is surprised, shocked that he's there. And Trina's like, what? She wanted an apology from him. Billboards, type of apology. But then she tells him, what? All is good with us. I'm not mad at you. She is happy for him. So then Bobby asks her, well, can you do this feature with me? She says, what? I'll give you that feature. And then she tells him about the Say the Music event that she's doing with Pooch. And she invites him there. And, he's like, oh, really? Okay. So then we see Jessie Woo with her in a struggling ass wig. And she goes up to talk to Lamb and Big D. They strike a deal that they're going to do something with a single. I really didn't understand what the hell Lamb and Big D was talking about with Jessie Woo. Didn't 100% care. But then she brings up this whole thing with Julian again. And I'm like, you just sat here and did business with them. Why are you bringing up Julian? But Lamb and Big D is like, what? You and Julian need to sit down and have a conversation to squash the fucking beef. So then up walks Julian. They have a conversation. They agree to let it go. He wants her to respect Amara. She says, as long as she respects me. But Amara never did anything to you. But, it is what it is. So then Amara shows up. And Bobby and Joy see Amara. And they like, and they see her go over there where Trick and Trina are. And like, oh, what's going on here? So then Joy goes over there where Trick and Trina and Amara are. And she's like, so what's going on here? And he tells her basically to calm down. And she's like, I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck, or whatever she said, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, you acting like somebody, you're not acting like somebody who don't give a fuck, but if you say so. But she leaves and so does Trick. So then Amara asks Trina, she said, I've heard that you're not that fond of me. Is that true? And Trina's like, nah, it's nothing like that. She said it's because, Julian and I, we've been working with each other for years. And I felt like Julian had his head stuck up your ass. And, Trina then tells her, what? I invited Bobby here and I invited Jessie here. And Amara's like, you invited who? Who? No, girl, you know what? I'm going to dip out because I don't want no problems with either one of them, And she tells them about what happened between her and those two. Let's move on. All right, so then we had this Say the Music event. Who the fuck put that shit together? Because I looked at those kids. I'm like, those kids do not know who the fuck a Bobby Lights is, a Prince is, or a Pooch is. They may know who Trina is, but that's highly doubtful. And, it's put on by Burger King. That made me want to go to Burger King and get a Whopper, a double Whopper, and a Hershey's pie. Oh, God, that sounds so good. Yeah. Oh, God, that sounds so fucking good. With ketchup only on both of the burgers. My mouth is watering for a Burger King burger right now. But back to the show. Now, here's my thing when it comes to Pooch and to Prince. If Prince talks about him being in juvie one more fucking time, I'm gonna scream. But luckily enough, we only got one episode left of this season. Now, when it comes to Pooch, because she got her DJ booth set up, and I'm like, whoa. Michelle Pooch came on last season as a party promoter. Wait a minute, she started as a party promoter, then she went to being an artist, and so now she's a DJ? If you say so, Mona. If you say so. Okay, moving on. All right, so the episode, it actually started out with Chaotic and Stuart Little. They were filming a music video, and Chaotic wanted Joy there so she could do his hair. I'm like, did she really do your hair? Because it still looks a dirty mess, but that's neither here nor there. So then after the video starts, wraps, Chaotic brings up the whole police chase thing again. I'm like, oh my God. How many times are we going to talk about this shit? Like, I mean, I get it. It was traumatic for him, but good God damn, I'm tired of talking about it. You know, how he's talking about how it triggered his PTSD when he was shot. And, he's talking about how he wanted to just reach out to talk to somebody. Good for him. So then they talk about, the people, their loved ones. Joy talks about her brother that was shot that's in a wheelchair. And she had a cousin that died. And then she had a brother that died. And, Stuart Little talking about somebody that he know. So then they want to put together these events so people can tell their stories. So next we see Chaotic. He's going to court and he has his niece there. And, he's nervous because in the news, they released body cam footage. And in the body cam footage, Chaotic ran away. And, he says that the police chased him. And did they say his name was Reuben McFadden? I'm like, I would have never guessed of that. So, they offer Chaotic a plea deal. His lawyers don't want to do the plea deal. They saying that the police put out put out what they wanted to put out to the media, and now the media is kind of running with it. And then after the court, we see Chaotic's lawyer. He's talking to the cameras, and he's going off about the narrative that they put out and how people from his neighborhood, when they see the cops, they typically run and stuff like that. Whatever. All right, so then we see Chaotic. He is meeting with a psychiatrist. And, this is before he and Stuart Little can, get their visit together. And, again, how many times are we going to talk about him and this police thing? I get it. It was traumatic for him. But then, he's talking about how he takes NyQuil to go to sleep at night. He drinks and he's with women. I'm like, women? As in plural or singular? Or none at all. I'm not even gonna joke with Chaotic, but the doctor was like, what he needs to, go to therapy. He needs to sleep and whatnot. Cool. So we're gonna move over to the vigil next. All right. So then at the vigil, we got a lot of people there. We got Chaotic, Stuart Little, Miami Tip was there, Kiara was there. I can't remember who else was there. Trick was there. Joy was there. We saw Trina and her brother show up and Raymond show up. And then, Raymond is talking about his issues, how his dad was shot and killed. And then, Trick is talking about how when he was in jail, one of his friends died. And, like I said, and then, Kiara, before everybody started talking, she was talking about when she was shot, which we've heard this story before. And, Trick said something that was like so real that, guns don't kill people, but people with the guns do the killing. And that is so true. We gotta stop the gun violence. That is one thing that just gotta stop in this world. Like us as African American people, we gotta, we do have to kind of start with ourselves. We gotta stop killing each other. I know, people always say, when you bring up the black on black crime, it is something that we do have to deal with in our community. We have to stop the gun violence in our own community before, and I don't want to say before we can have people to respect us, because that should never be the issue. But whenever we talk about Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, they always want to bring up the whole narrative that, but y'all kill each other, y'all are killing each other. That is true. We are killing each other. Excuse me. Like, we are killing each other. And we got to first start with ourselves. That's number one. We have to start with our own community. Stop the senseless violence. It has to stop at some point. So then, Joy, she's talking about her older brother, how he was shot 17 times. I'm like, damn. and how he didn't get to see his child. You know, he didn't get to see his child. I think she said his baby mama was shot as well, and she was pregnant. I think she was killed too. That's really, really sad. And you know, then Trina's brother talking about how they other brother got shot. I think he said he shot somebody in the back. I really didn't. I really wasn't understanding what the brother was saying. So forgive me for that one. But I can say that Trina, she just, you know, broke down because, you know, you could see that upset her pretty much. Really, really, really did upset her. And, you know, this whole visual thing, it made me look at Chaotic in a different light. I'm not going to say it made me look at Stu Little in a different light, but it really did make me look at Chaotic in a completely different light. But that was Love and Hip Hop Miami. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna try to watch Black Ink Crew New York on Wednesday. I'm gonna take notes on it. It's gonna be on a trial basis. If I can't get past episode 1, if it really bothers me that much, episode 1, because like I said last season when it came to the whole drama between Teddy, C's, and Alex, I couldn't do it. So we're gonna give it one shot, and if I can get through it, we'll go through the whole season. But if not, that's gonna be it. But until then, I will see you guys later.